Hello everyone, joining us in the Media Center, he is our Funny Car winner, the 2017 4-Wide Nationals. Ron Capps, a tremendous victory and picked up the win just a week ago. And now back in the Media Center once again. First Funny Car win here at the 4-Wide Nationals, second win, 303rd for Don Schumacher Racing, and the defending Funny Car World Champion. Ron, you said that this was a very special victory to win this one as Emax and 4-Wide.
Well, yeah, it's, big props. We say it all the time, and I just said it out there. Some of these drivers are saying that they don't like it. They should stay home next time. This is a fun race. It's the beginning of the season. It doesn't impact the countdown later in the year, and I know Steve will agree with me. It'd be cool to have an all-star 4-Wides, another one. This is a fun event. It changes everything, your mentality, the way you approach a track, the way you approach each round. There's not very many times that you see that many drivers pop out of their car at the other end of the track and all smiling, win or lose. It's just it's an exciting race, and I really want to thank, of course, Bruton, but Marcus, all the people at SMI. We do a lot of cool stuff with them around the country with all their tracks, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a great facility, and can't tell you how many people fly in from all over the world and pick this one race to fly to. And granted, it may not be the best on TV. I think they're getting better at it, but what a fun event live. So anyway, there you go with that.
Questions for Ron, name and affiliation. Bobby Bennett, CompetitionPlus.com.
Ron, what was going on with you and John Force down there on the top end?
His win light came on, and he ran a 93 when we went 92, and they were talking to me down there, and they said that we were quickest around, but obviously he finished ahead of me, and I made it loud so he could hear me that I knew he'd deep stage and roll it in. And it gets under his skin when I mess with him like that. It's fun. And so Joe here was interviewing me, and I asked him about Robert Height, and if he was in my quad. They just went 88. It was quickest of the round, and Joe was trying to fumble through his paperwork and interview me, and the microphone was getting lower and lower, so I just grabbed it. And I said, I'll finish this interview, and then I turned around, and Forrest heard me, and he's yelling at the TV, and Amanda, and he's yelling about this and that, and taking his hat off and screaming, doing his John Force thing, which is fun to watch. So I thought I'd take over, and went over to interview him, and as you saw, he I thought it wasn't live TV, we've all been in trouble, but he's fun. We mess around a lot, we have fun. I know people don't mistake my goofing around like that for lack of competitiveness, because you're sorely mistaken if you do. But I think it's great, and I know Steve and the rest of these drivers that won today. That's why the fans come out. They enjoy that, and it was fun. And it's John Force. I mean, he lined up. He got called the GOAT and didn't understand what GOAT meant. He thought it had something to do with a goat, and I had to explain it to him. I said it's the greatest of all time. It's a compliment. Ricky Carmichael, Jeremy McGrath were called the GOAT. Dale Earnhardt, Mario Andretti. I mean, it's the greatest of all time, but him, he goes off on a tangent about being called an animal, and sometimes you got to explain it to him. But that's also half the fun.
I wasn't fumbling. Next question, name and affiliation, go ahead.
Jacob Zielman, Performance Motorsports Network. I actually got two, Ron. First off, back-to-back wins. Obviously, coming out here winning the 4-Wide, it's prestigious, it's a big one. Coming off the championship last year, right now, do you feel like this stretch, the championship, the wins to start this year, you feel like you're racing at the top of your game, the best you've ever raced in your career at this point? I
got a great race car. There's people in this room that could drive that race car that aren't race car drivers. I'm joking a little bit, but I really feel that way. It's an incredible race car to drive. Ron Tolbert, it's so fun to be up there listening to what their approach is round to round. It was hot, it was humid today. Steve will tell you, I mean, to be in a car and have it throw you back in the seat with that many G-forces, realizing the temperature that the track is, and still feeling that 6 Gs, and thinking, how on God's earth are these two Goodyears sticking to that ground and catapulting me? It's an amazing feeling, and it's due to those crew chiefs twisting the numbers, and it's, I just try to rise to the occasion, not be the weak link, and I'm very lucky right now. The biggest thing for us, believe it or not, it's great to win this 4-Wide, but we're going to Atlanta where Napa headquarters are next weekend. We just took the points lead, which is it's very cool to go into where Napa's based out of, and I get to go to the Coca-Cola Champions Dinner for the first time ever. I'm looking forward to that on Thursday night. So there's a lot of cool things leaving here with the points lead. Don Schumacher's in the house. He missed Houston win. He was feeling under the weather, so just a big win. But you know, to answer your question, it's that car. I mean, it really is.
And I know, Joel, correct me if I screw this up. Steve messed up my numbers. I think that's what, 10 for 12 now in Nitro for DSR to start the year, Joe?
Yeah.
10 for 12.
Don't get Steve.
I enjoyed
You get him going.
But obviously, you have Napa on your car, but I know all of DSR. Don was talking about it yesterday during the Charity Challenge press conference about you know, the impact that Terry Chandler has for the entire organization, and obviously she's been under the weather to start this season. The kind of run that this whole, not just you guys, but this whole team has had this year, is that, you know, maybe made a little extra special by the fact that, you know, she puts so much into this team, and to go out and perform kind of in her stead with not being able to be here right now?
Yeah, it's you know, we text back and forth, and we are definitely wishing her to get back here soon. There's a lot of stories today. Steve's got one as well. It's unfortunate, and you forget that while we're racing, and it's my job, and I get up in the morning with more motivation than I guarantee probably anybody in the pit area to do the best at my job on and off the track. There's lives that were, you know, people struggling for their health and real life, and this is all fun, but sometimes it's that phone call, it's a shout out, things like that. Somebody that may not be living much longer, you know, and it goes a long way. So you just got to keep a good balance of, yeah, we get to do this for a living. I love nothing better than a race car driver on an application for credit or whatever. It's the coolest thing in the world to write that as an occupation, believe me. But you got to remember, it's you know, life has got stuff thrown at you all the time. So it's just a matter of enjoying this and trying to take it in. But gosh, Terry, you know, she's in for a fight for your life. You know, these things come that you hear about, and it's the people that that shouldn't go through it. In your head, you're like, my gosh, look at what she's done for kids that have been dying, and one last wish, and the things that she's done, and now she's in a fight for her life. So we're all trying to pull together and do our best. She's a tough woman, man. She's in for a fight, but you know, we love her and we miss her. And if she wasn't out here, there's two really good race car drivers and about 25 team members that wouldn't have jobs. They might have jobs elsewhere, but that's two race cars with Beckman and Tommy Johnson that she puts out of her pocket. And you feel she could go live on an island somewhere and drink Mai Tais for the rest of her life. And but she chooses to come out here and employ good people, and we love her for it.
Next question, Ron Capps. Stan.
Fake news, fake news. I always want to do that.
I haven't posted that yet. Ron, Stan Creekmore, Outside the Box. The run itself, was it a perfect run, or what? Can you describe the run?
No, every run is the fun. I don't know about the dragster. Steve can talk about it, but these, you know, when they built this place, it's downhill a little bit. They were gracious enough to fix. When you used to stage the car, you would leave and you couldn't see the track when you staged the car, the funny car, because you staged on a flat area. I'm not sure a lot of you know this. Yeah. And then it's a gradual downhill. Pomona's a little downhill, but this track, you couldn't see the surface of the track when you're staging. Well, they fix a little bit of that, but when you leave, it still has a little bit of that where it went from straight to start its downhill descent. And a funny car is so short wheelbase, and we don't have the 300 inches to get a run at it, but it's a little jump. Believe it or not, it actually leaves and it goes and it goes over this little jump. So we get a scary drive shaft like it's going to come loose on the computer. I feel it in the race car, and every bit of me puckers up because I'm ready to pedal it. But it's just it's a unique situation in a funny car. I'm not sure the dragsters go through it, but so every run we don't know if we're going to make it down, and it kept going 92, 92, and then I took a little bit on the starting line and went 93, so probably went 92 again, and that's just Ron Tolber and the guys. So he gives me confidence. I just try to go up there and, again, not mess up. My job is, I can't make that car go any faster.
Yeah.
Steve can't. We can't make these race cars go any faster. And funny cars and dragsters, you are in that car to not mess it up, because every dial's been turned to run what they think it'll run optimally. And we just try to do the best we can. So it's, believe me, no point today did I ever think, oh, we got a great race car that can win this race, and felt calm about it, because I didn't.
Okay, just real quick, did you know you'd won immediately, or did it take some time?
That was, yeah, I had a solid light on. When you don't finish first, you finish second, your little guardrail light is solid. When it blinks, apparently you win, and I saw that on that round. I didn't see it at the semifinals.
Okay.
And my guys, I heard a little bit of radio transmission in the shutdown, and all I heard was static yelling and some dirty words. So I thought, that must be a win. So then you come around the corner, and there's all of our mellow yellow
Yeah.
people out there waving you over to the side by the TV. Then you would know for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, man.
Additional questions for Ron Capps, our funny car winner. Ron, I got one more for you in that we're headed to Atlanta, but the force cars were the number 1, 2, and 3 qualifiers. Comments were made that there would be a discussion or a talking to the teams to motivate because the force cars came out so strong in qualifying. But in the final round, you had 3 Schumacher cars. Was there any talk? I know Don was in the house. Any motivation because you guys really stepped up on race day?
We didn't feel good about it. I mean, it was, trust me, sitting in our lounge and told her on a computer every flash of somebody walking in our trailer. I was waiting for Don to come in. I'm sure he was not happy about it. But again, qualifying's qualifying. We didn't qualify the best on that Friday night where we thought we should have. We knew it. We were just hoping for, just to stay where we were and have lane choice first round like we did. And they're tough. You hear Steve talking about racing DSR. Everybody's... It's so fun right now because it's so competitive. When we look back 20 years from now, I know when I look back, it's going to be, man, I was in the sport at its most competitive part. And it's just, you don't know. There's guys showing up that are not as big a budget and can still run the number. And drivers are hungry. Drivers are in the gym and they're working out. 15 years ago when I came into the sport, there was no driver in the gym but me. But John Force, Etchells, Al Hoffman was in the bar. He was never in the gym. I got to race with some cool throwback guys that was neat. But now everybody's on, they've finally caught up and it's tough. Man, it's tough.
I should have asked you real quick. Have you talked to your wife and kids?
Oh yeah, first phone call I made. Yeah, and my mom.
Okay.
My mom cried, said she wanted a yellow hat. I don't give her one every time.
There you go. Ron, thank you very much. Your funny car winner here at the 2017 4 Wide Nationals. Ron Capps, your reigning medal.